Welcome back, crypto family. This is XRP before 10K, 10th Life Edition. It's in the morning, before I go into work, but we are going to read some, family, because we haven't read in a little bit, and I do love reading too, guys. That's the main thing that this is for. I'm trying to help you guys get right with yourself, master self. We already mastered love previously, but yes, this is episode 32, family. Today is 7/8/2025. We're getting closer. We're getting closer and closer. And I just keep getting the signs, y'all. Keep getting the signs, that this 10K is coming very, very soon. Very, very soon. I'm talking about like this year soon. At least like in the hundreds, But right now, y'all, we're reading The Mastery of Self by Miguel Ruiz. We're on chapter 5. Chapter 5 talks about spotting the triggers and maneuvering the traps. Okay, attachment, okay. Alright, so we are on putting the mastery of self into action. And I like to hold my crystal while I talk because I got ADHD. And honestly, after my spiritual awakening, reading has actually become something new that I love to do. I've always wanted to read, but being dyslexic, it just goes like that, But ever since I got my spiritual awakening, it hasn't really been that bad. But yes, okay. Putting the master yourself into action. The next time you are in a situation and you begin to feel angry, defensive, guilty, sad, or anything similar arising, the first step is to spot the emotion. So recognize the emotion, recognize how you're feeling. Admit it exists, and accept that these feelings are inside you. So if you're sad, recognize it. Don't try to act like you're too cool to be sad. Like expressing yourself and using your emotions, that is what is cool. Keeping it all inside, that's horrible. All you're doing is making yourself turn into a bad person. Just identifying. Admitting and accepting the feelings often has a calming effect and begins the process of releasing them. The next question to ask yourself: what is this emotion here to show? What is this emotion here to show you? So ask yourself that. And then, what fears are the words or actions of another activating inside you? So how are they making you feel? What are you trying to control and why? Why are you doing this? Is it so you just don't cry, or what is it? Because crying is not bad. Yeah, it sucks to cry, but crying is good because it releases all that emotion. It just comes down into your form and goes out of your body. In most cases, the answer will fall into the category of past domestication, mirroring, or attachments. And that's true. You ever, back in the day, or I don't know who's watching this, but back in the day, when you cry, you have your grandparents or somebody be like, "Oh, you crying? You want me to give you something to cry for?" That's toxic. That's a domestication. Training you not to cry and express yourself is bad. That's horrible. If you have children, etc., don't tell them, do you want me to give you something to cry about? No. There's other ways to go about it. You don't have to go at it in a way like that. That's damaging to your kid. And I'm telling y'all that because I went through it. I'm grown now. That's domestication. And if you do that to them, they're gonna learn to grow up and not cry and express themselves. And then that's when they fall into different categories of types of people. A master of self recognizes that any negative emotions that are arising are really a gift. And that's true. That's why, a couple weeks ago, I was crying, and then I was like, oh my Oh my, thank you God for letting me cry. I used to not be able to cry, and I'm so happy I'm over here bawling my eyes out. This is beautiful. So beautiful, like, beautiful family. It's amazing to express yourself. And this is coming from numb friend, Mr. Dead Inside, for basically 9 years. And I was dissociating for 5 years with the Dead Inside. So being emotional is beautiful. The last sentence, okay. A master of self recognizes that any negative emotions that are arising are really a gift. True. Any opportunity for discovery, as no one else is responsible for your emotional reactions except you. This last sentence bears repeating. No one else is responsible for your emotional reactions except you. So you can try to say, oh, well, they caused me to freak out. It's their fault, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, like, yes, but you should have recognized how it made you feel and then asked why it made you feel like that and adjusted to it. You can't just be freaking out because someone makes you want to freak out. That's not an excuse. You need to grow up and mature. It's not an excuse. Because at the end of the day, it's my fault or it's your fault. If I explode on somebody in the day, that's my fault because I could have handled it better, you know? And I'm pretty good at that. Like, unless I really just have to fight you, just like straight up, nah, I'm not going to. We can just disagree all day. I'll never have to raise my voice, you know? Others can say and do anything they like, but what happens inside you is only the result of what you are thinking and feeling. Okay, we are cooking up, family. We are cooking up. Sometimes you may find yourself in a situation where you have a negative emotion that you can't immediately identify the origin of. And even when you can, you are not able to release it because you can feel the emotion building. In those cases, restrain yourself from doing or saying anything at that moment if that is an option. Then remove yourself from the situation until you can go get more clarity. So that's true. If you feel that you're like building rage and you're about to knock somebody out, just excuse me, but I have to go. I don't care if it's at work, where it's at. Excuse me. God bless you, but I have to go. That's all you have to say. I've had to say it before. I've had to before. Because I'm not going to try to do somebody like that. Because I know what I know. And it's just not going to end well for them. So you just have to be the bigger person. God bless you. Walk away. And it's up to you. Like, if you get in trouble because you knock somebody out and you go to jail, you cannot blame them. You could have walked away. Unless they hit your sister or something. Because if they hit your sister, knock them out. Like, theoretically, you know, I'm not inciting violence. I'm just saying, like, if there was something like that, then you may have to do what you have to do. But if it's not an immediate danger to you, just walk away, family, and it's gonna save you so many different, like, from so many different issues. Okay, look within. I'm over here reading this like it's the Bible. My bad, I'm getting all excited. Let no one tell you that being a master of self does not involve willpower, as in certain situations, exercising restraint may require all the willpower you have. So, like, let's say if someone's trying to argue with you and then they're like, oh, don't be a bitch and just walk away. Don't let that eat you up. You know what you're capable of, and you know how much power it's really taking inside you to walk away, because you know what you want to do. So don't let these people with small minds tempt you to get out of your comfort zone, you know? In some instances, taking a break may not be possible, and you find yourself face to face with a person or thing that's causing your emotion to rise up inside you, and you decide to deal with the situation immediately. Okay, my bad. I'm over here reading super fast. and you find yourself face to face with a person or thing that is causing an emotional reaction to rise up inside you, and you decide to deal with the situation immediately as it presents itself. Okay, I'm just say this right here. Face to face, when they're like, let's just say you live with them, you got a crazy girlfriend, whatever, and they're face to face with you all the time, just the only thing you can do, family, is either all you can do at that point, you can try to go get out the house, or you're just gonna have to break up and move away. That's the only thing. Because if you're living with someone that is consistent with like just being in your face and being like that type of person, just emotionally abusing you, etc., back to back to back to back, you're either gonna start harming yourself, they're gonna start harming themselves, vice versa, or both. You know, it's just toxic, family. It's just toxic, real toxic. So if you're dealing with something like that or someone like that, you need to just leave. Go ahead and leave. Save yourself some time. Save yourself some time, because it's not worth it. But this is when respect and unconditional love come into play. Through the power of your will, remember that the other person is worthy of your respect, which is not to take responsibility for their will by trying to impose your own will upon them. Even if you disagree with their position, remember that this person is seeing the world through their own point of view, domestication or not. By maintaining respect and unconditional love for other person, you can remain calm in the moment and speak your truth with love. I mean, you can definitely try that, but like, if it is face to face, I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. So don't just think it's just gonna be that easy. It's gonna take a lot of willpower and strength in you, and unconditional love from you if your partner is like this to you. And also, that's why you guys need to read the Mastery of the Mastery of Love. Go back in further episodes, because let's just say if you are in a bad relationship and there is no respect, and this person's just on you all day, just like pressing you about stuff that doesn't even matter or doesn't make sense, etc. You need to make sure you love yourself so you can get out of that, family, because that's not okay. Okay, again, the quick check question to ask yourself before you speak in this is, what I am about to say coming from me or from my domesticated beliefs? If your statement is trying to impose a condition on the others, then I encourage you to look within and find new words. If you are coming from a place of awareness, whatever words come out your mouth will be the right ones. Remember, coming from a place of unconditional love does not mean we see things that the other person will agree with or enjoy. But in those moments, we remember that we can not control the other person's perception and reaction. We only have the control over our own. So don't go try to force someone to see what you say. You can try to, like, you know, throw your beliefs out there or whatever. If they agree, they agree, but don't try to press it on them, because that's only going to lead to a disaster. Sometimes exiting the situation is not returning is the best option to avoid further conflict. Yes. When the other person no longer respects you, they will try to subjugate you to their will. Yes. To maintain respect for yourself, it is often wise to walk away before your emotions take over and you do or say something that you will later regret. Exiting like this is not running from your problems or emotions, but rather a prudent decision rooted in self-care, as engaging further wouldn't be helpful for either party. Yes. That's what I'm saying. So let's just say if someone's toxic, doing you wrong, don't go back to them, because there is no respect. All you going back to them is just showing you don't love yourself. That's all it's doing. And I had to learn that, family. And that's why I'm here teaching you guys. We're going to get right. We are going to get right. I promise y'all, before this money comes in. A martial arts master will tell you that your mind is your most powerful weapon and your first line of defense. It takes discipline to use It takes discipline to use a fist to defend your physical body and not be tempted to become the tyrant or the tyrant of aggression. The alternative to the above is to allow your emotions to control you and to lash out in anger, overreact with defensiveness, or anywhere in between. At that moment, you are drawn back into the drama of the party, lost in the smoke and fog again. The result of this type of behavior is always the same. You create suffering for yourself and others in the dream of the planet. This chapter is so long, family. I mean, we would have been further, you know, if I would have probably read last night. I mean, this is the episode for last night, so. Alright, anyways, modern triggers. Oh my, it's pretty hot in here. Probably should. Like, I'm forgetting that it's like an oven right now. Modern triggers. The modern word presents